Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey, and it's time to start our second side of our cardigan here. So I got to here, which is super close to here. So it's just this one little bit. Now I have to decide where am I going to put this? Is this going to be on the arm, or should we make this part of the bottom? Open along here. I'm leaning towards the bottom. I feel like even though it's the front being that's just this little tiny bit and then around, I think it might look okay. But it also depends on how the other one looks at the end. So I also might just decide to do it on the arm because I do not have enough to keep going. I might be able to get that one, but there will still be this little corner here. So it's going to be a transition into the white. But I haven't decided top or bottom. However, we're going to start side two, and this time you're going to be with me for it. Last time there was a lot of room cleaning going on and a lot of arguing with my children, so I just started crocheting in between all the arguments just to try to keep myself centered and calm. And I wanted to get this one started so bad. It was supposed to be a video last week, so we'll start this side, which started exactly the same way on both sides. So it's not a big deal. We're just doing side two, which was exactly like side one. Glad you're here today, and let's hang out and learn how to crochet a little bit. All right, we are working with Big Twist value. This is 246 meters, 5 millimeter knitting needles, 5 millimeter crochet hook is advised. It's a medium 4. It is, color is blue ombre. Now, which one do I want to start with? I think we're going to start with this guy. I'll put the other one aside, and we're going to start from here. So I'll take the other one, and you'll see how it starts. You see, I have a bit of a tail to work with to weave back in and all that. And we start off with just our little cluster. So I'm going to move this out of here because I realize that's going to be very distracting. All right, move my leg. Oh, it's been a long day. There's my blanket. So I personally like the magic ring. But a lot of people struggle with the magic ring. So another way to do it is do a chain of 4 and put them together and you get a ring. For me, I am just the magic ring girl. I am so sorry. So I go around like this, cross it over to an X, pop in, pop through, grab my yarn, and that's my magic ring. I mean, you can actually let it go right there. It's just a matter of having a slip. See, I can pull it if I want to tighten it. But for this part, not so much. So 1, 2, 3. I chain 3 to represent the first double crochet. Now we're going to do 2. 1 and 2. So that is our first cluster. So for a hexagon cardigan, you're going to need 6 corners. We're doing corners right off the bat. So we go chain 2, and that's 1 corner. And that is 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So that is cluster number 2. Here's corner number 2 with a chain 2. Now we have cluster number 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. All right. And for this corner, we're just going to go 1 and 2. I love how the center pole comes out of this. This is pretty all right. I am a center pole person. I really don't like my stuff bouncing about. So there's 1, 2, and so I have looked at a few patterns of these, and a lot of times they do the chain space, or sorry, yeah, chain between each one, and I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the way it sits. I don't like how it spaces, and I just don't do it. I also don't turn my work back around because apparently in most of them you're supposed to turn your work, and I don't want to, so I don't. I just go continuously around and around, and I'm very happy with how that looks, so I'm not changing that. By all means, if it works for you, please do. Don't take my word as gospel, but hopefully I can help you have some tips. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 5. Okay. Now I'm going through here. Number 3. And let's count how many clusters we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this being the joiner, this is the one that's the trickiest. So what I do is I do a half double crochet, and I just tuck it through where the chains, sorry, and I just go like that. This is something I saw on a Bag O' Day crochet tutorial on one of her granny's wears. And honestly, I absolutely love the way it works. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go with 2 more, so I have 3 in total. I was really struggling for a long time with putting 3 double crochets with the chain, so that would always end up being 4. And I noticed it and I don't like it, so I have to be very mindful that I don't do that. Okay, so that is the beginning of our row. Now I like to pull that fairly tight. I'll pull it tighter later. Now, go like that. And we'll put that in there. And being that it's a corner, we are going to treat it as this, as a corner. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then we get our 3 here. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, I went through. We want to go around it. So let's go around it. Okay. And now we're going to go over here and do another corner. But this space right in here that we're creating, right here, is just going to be a cluster. And that's how this grows. So always put your corners in the exact corners. Never lose that line. That is a good tip. Corner will always be the corner. On every single row. And as you can see, I'm getting a lot more space done. Meaning like this is getting bigger quite quickly already. And that is 3. So I got a corner here and a corner here, and this is going to be a chain space for just a regular 3, so then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, which is really fun to watch. I really do enjoy watching them go from just a few small rows to something much, much larger, and I love that. I think that is amazing. It shows me determination and not giving up and building upon the rows below. All the good life lessons. Really, it really is. 2. Here is 2. I said 2 before I made 2, so that was fun. And that is 3. Now we're going up to the next corner. 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain 2. And we're going to start this with another cluster of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Hop over to this last set before we go to the next row. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we go 1 and 2. Now when we get to the next one, that's where it gets a little bit different, but the same. It's the same. It's the same. So you're going to need two clusters of grannies to make up the corner. So basically, it started with 1, and when you come back around, you're just going to make your second one and then join them with the half double crochet. So it's a tiny bit tricky, but not too tricky. So you do have to put that in. I have accidentally skipped it before, and it looks absolutely terrible. So try not to skip that. Then we get our half double. You go in through the chains, pull your half double through, all of it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I know some people like to do 4. I prefer 3 because I find that they stay better for me and my stitching style. They stay about the same height. When I do the extra chain, I find this one ends up being a little poofy on the top, and I just can't get that to disappear. So now we're hitting that middle one that is not a corner. And we're just going to do 3 double crochets, no chain, no spacing in between. I do not do a chain space. I don't like them. I think it makes the garment way more widening the holes. And yeah, that didn't even make any sense the way I said it. It just makes these spaces way bigger. And a lot of people don't like that, and I personally don't like the way it looks. It's my personal opinion. Other people love it, so good on you. And I like the 2 in my corner, not 3. And it just seems to be getting really difficult. That's gonna on my blanket. 1, 2, and 3. And then go over here for a chain, or sorry, a cluster of 3 double crochets. No chaining, no chaining. I don't know why I said chain. I got chains on the mind. And we are. And we're back into a corner space. So I'm going to do 2 sets of 3 double crochets, chain 2 between them, and move on to the next one. So this pattern is just pretty much going until you get to the size you want, and then you join the 2 sides together however you want to, because there's a lot of variations. I've seen some really neat ones where people have done like tapestry um, squares to join the 2 halves down the back. Oh, looks really neat. So it's a fun tapestry, something you like, a character you like, and then you put it down the middle and make really draws attention to it. It really can look nice depending on the colors, of course, and how they blend. But that's a whole different thing. Color blending and color complements complementing each other, sorry, is kind of a tricky one, and it can be a little rough. Definitely use the color wheel when you're in doubt. Always go for the one right across, and that's the one that's going to be the best match, hopefully. And now we're doing our next cluster of 3 into the corner, 2, and 3. Do one in the middle part here, This is definitely the one that's going to be getting the most attention this week, simply because I'm trying to get this one off the roster, in and out, nice and easy, because it is a gift for somebody else. Things for me can be put on hold while I work on things that belong to other people in between. But being that my time is very limited on how much I can crochet, I really gotta pick and choose. I have so many whips on the go, kind of overwhelming myself, but not really. I mean, I can go to this one if I feel like using something soft and fun. I go to this one if I want the sparkles. I go to this one if I want something cushy and fast. So it all depends on how I'm feeling at that time. I want to crochet, but do I want to do something complicated or easy? Quick, long. I have a lot of options that way, so I like that. And sometimes my eyes, I just don't want to wear my glasses, so this one is really good for me to do without my glasses because I can still see it fairly well. But the fine weights and the black are just really kicking my eyes in the tushy, so to speak. That's all right. I will get that worked out. Just like I work out everything else and move on and get my life together. Good luck with that, right? 1, 2, 3. So we're keeping all our corners together as we grow. 1, 2, 3. I don't like leaving it right there. I usually like to start the next row when I walk away from it. I don't know, it just feels right to me. It's just how I like to do it. Where did I put my stitch marker, which has decided to walk away? Oh no, I didn't have one for this. Hold on just a second while I go grab one. All right, stitchy markers. Let's see. Let's go with this orange looks good. Jumped out anyway, so we're gonna use orange on this one. I think the last one was green, maybe. Right? Not through it, but around it. And yeah, even just like that, pull that nice and tight. Already, we can fold this sucker and turn it into the shape. So that is where we're at on that one. Where this one is 2 skeins deep. Oh no, I used orange on this one too. Oh wow, really picking the colors. So we have that to that. Thanks for joining me here today at All the Crackers in the Box. I'll see you again soon. Bye!